So just doing a quick video to show you my new chicken pen. One of my first videos I did on this channel a couple of years ago was setting up this new chicken area. I've got my 3 chicken cages which are completely enclosed. Obviously we've had bouts of avian flu and stuff like that, and you have to lock your chickens away, so it just makes it easy for me to do things like that and to be able to lock them in there at night. So what I did it with originally is I had 7 strands of electric fence up to about 4 foot, and then just 2 foot this 2 foot stuff, 2 foot 2-inch holes, just to stop the chickens walking, because they will just walk through the electric. And that worked okay, but I did find the chickens would sometimes flutter over the electric fencing. But anyway, so it's been okay for a couple of years, but I think my solar control charger, I've got a solar system that recharges the battery just over the back here. And it was fine, it never needed charging, I just left it to it. But I think I didn't check it for a long time because it was looking after itself. And I suddenly realised that it wasn't working when I lost a cockle and a hen that were killed right on, you can see all the feathers were right on the electric fence. I reckon they must have been there and a fox or something grabbed them through the fence. So I checked the voltage and stuff of the battery, and it's only holding 9 volts. And also the ticker box about a week later went down, so that I think the solar control charger must have messed up and either sent too much or too little charge, and it knackered the battery. The battery now won't hold a charge, and the ticker box just completely broke. So that all 3 things went down, and just rather than buying all that again, and of course batteries now only have a certain life anyway, so it will be something that would need replacing, I decided I'm just going to go with a big fence, big strong heavy duty fence. And then that's permanent then, isn't it? Just be the odd post here and there that, you know, in a few years I might need to change. So basically what I've done is 8-foot posts all the way around. I braced up the gate in the corners so that we could tension it. I had a friend come round with a tensioner, and what I'll do, I'll just bring you in closer and show you what I've done with the wire at the bottom. So what we basically did was use sheep fencing, so stock fencing, which is quite heavy gauge. It's got the big squares, obviously it wouldn't, you know, things could get through that, but just to use it as a backing to attach this smaller gauge wire to. So we put that all the way around. It's about 72 meters around this whole pen, so it's a roll and a half nearly. So we used a tensioning tool on the corners. Like I say, I tensioned up all the corners with nice 8-foot post in the middle and 8 foot either way on the corners, tensioning it. So we've got a tension tool that's really quite tight. It's like a guitar string now. That's really strong and tight right down to the ground. And on top of that, I put this 4-foot high wire with 13mm holes. Now the wire gauge itself is actually a bit smaller. This chicken wire in the middle I think is 19 gauge, which I think is 1 mil or 1.1 mil, I think, something like that. This is 22 gauge, which I think is 0.7 of a mil. But obviously there's more wire in it, the holes are smaller. So it is quite hard for anything to tear into, but it is a smaller gauge. It's not quite as robust as this. But the idea being with this, it was quite inexpensive. It was £85 a roll. I had to get 2 rolls to do right round. I've got like half a roll left. But the idea is I've come 3 foot high and I've come a foot out at the bottom, and I bought a load of pegs, 6 or 7 inch U pegs, galvanized they are, so they should last. And I've pegged that all the way around, 250 pegs I've put all the way around and under the gate as well. So that's completely pegged down. And then this wire, I've just got to go around, I've cable tied these 2 bits together. I've just got to put a few cable ties in the middle just to stop anything trying to pull on this and tear into it, because I'll get badgers and things here, and I just sort of worry that they might try and tear into it. So that was the idea of having the stock fence, was to just give it that really sort of strong, you know, backing to attach the wire to. And then above that, luckily I didn't have to buy this. A friend of mine gave me 2 rolls that his boss gave him at work. It had been sat in their yard. There was a few rust patches on it. It was just off a job that they didn't use, but that saved me a bit of money. So this has gone all the way around from here up to probably about 6 foot tall. And then I'll just show you what I've done at the top. Yeah, so that wire comes to here. And then what I did at the top, just as a bit of an extra precaution, this is what we used to do on our release pens when I was a gamekeeper years ago, is having a floppy bit that hangs over. So if you can see, this bit is a bit floppy and just hangs over a good foot. So I've used that 2-inch holes. It's lightweight, so I lifted this up and did it on my own just with a staple gun, cable tied it to the other wire. a foot on the wire and a foot flopping over, and that just deters anything that tries to sort of scramble up. They're going to come to this floppy bit, and it's going to stop them from getting into the pen, I hope. So what I then did, once all the outside pen was done, and I filled all the gate in, any gaps in the gate, made it all so that stoats and things can't get through the gate. I then put a dividing fence perfect in the middle, so I divided my whole big pen in half, so that I've got one flock, Milo, no chasing chickens. So I've got a new puppy, he's only 4.5 months and he's just learning no. So he thinks it's a game, he plays with them, he's not trying to actually hurt them. So I put a dividing fence in, so I've got one flock of silver grey Dorkings this side with one cockerel, and they're a separate family to the silver grey Dorkings I've got this side. So I've got 2 separate flocks. These are from eggs I ordered online, these are from a guy that I went to and bought the chickens. So I've got 2 separate flocks, so I can kind of crossbreed when I'm doing my birds. I sold about £200 worth of silver grey Dorkings this year, which went towards the fence. So the total cost for doing this fence, all the posts and everything, was about 350 quid. It wasn't cheap. I did save money because I didn't have to buy the 2 rolls of wire for the middle, so that they would have probably been 60 or 70 quid a roll. Wire isn't cheap these days. So you look, it would have been around getting on 500 quid, you know, to do all this. So it is quite a big investment, but from my point of view, going forwards now, this can't go down in a storm if it shorts out. When you know, it's a permanent strong fence. Once all the grass has grown back through, well, I trimmed it down and pegged it out. That'll be matted into the ground. It'll stop anything digging in, and I feel confident now leaving the chickens out all day when I'm not here. And one thing I've also just done today, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, is I've put up some of this bird flash tape, big tall cane on each house, and that is just this. I bought a 100-metre roll off Amazon. It was, I think, 6 or 7 quid, and it just, when it's dull like this, it doesn't glint that much, but in the sun it really flashes and glints, and it makes a bit of noise, if you can hear that as well. So I'm just hoping that would stop, because I have in the past lost birds to, I think it was a buzzard, not 100%, but it was years ago, and I haven't had any problems since. And someone did say it could have been an escaped, like a Harris hawk or something that's perhaps somebody was flying and had lost, because it is rare, I think, for buzzards to attack chickens. But so I don't know exactly what it was, but it was when I used to keep my chickens over the other side there, and over a few weeks it took some silkies, it took about 6 ducks. They were khaki Campbells I had years ago, and what else did it take? I had some chickens I bought £1 each, like X layers, and it killed about 6 or 7 of those as well. And I had to put everything together into one pen and hang up a load of DVDs, and that stopped it. I had to leave them in there for a month or 2, and that stopped it. So really, I'm thinking with this fencing, the only thing I need to worry about is birds. So I just thought I'll string up some of this bird flash tape and just hope that sort of keeps anything at bay. So yeah, all finished now. I'm feeling confident, touch wood, that I can leave these birds out. I've left them out like the past 2 or 3 days, and they've been absolutely fine. It's just nice for them to be able to free range all the time, rather than only when I'm here, which is what I've been doing through the winter, since the electric went down. So anyway, yeah, little quick video just to show the upgrade really to the chicken pen. Anyway guys, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.